Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Alara Canfield Show. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Alara Canfield, and today you get me. And I wanted to talk a little bit about busting through obstacles that may be stopping you from your path of living an amazing life, amazing dream life, whatever kind of life you want. And I share today about living the laptop lifestyle, right? And so what does that mean, right? Living the laptop lifestyle. It means have internet, will travel, right? So basically, if I have internet, I can work from anywhere at any time. I have to have internet and power, right? And it has to be smooth and high, right? So like a high level of internet and power, so not intermittent or anything like that. But most of the places I go to, we do have that. So it's amazing. But if you would have asked me before 2013, so like before 2012, if I ever thought that was something I would have is a laptop lifestyle, I would have said no. I don't know what you're talking about. What would I do? How? I wouldn't even know. So it is something that not just happened, but I created. Right? I wanted the freedom and the flexibility, and I wanted to be able to work from anywhere, and at the same time, travel, because I love to travel, live in two different countries, or live in one but visit the other one once a year for like a couple of weeks at a time, and still continue to do my work, still continue to be of service, still continue to work with my community and my clients, right? And so that's what I've created now. And so, we're talking about obstacles, all right? So sometimes we do have obstacles that come up, and what do you do? So we're going to talk about that. So I'm sure that some of you have obstacles or perceived obstacles in your path to living your dream life, right? And I just want you to, at the moment, have them come up, absolutely. But remember that don't think of them as obstacles per se, but what if they're opportunities, right? What if they're just little challenges, lessons to be learned. Even sometimes people say lessons to be learned. But what if it's not really something that's going to stop you, right? But what if it's something instead that's going to show you more of who you are and what you truly want, right? So sometimes those so-called obstacles come in our path to question us. Do you really want this? Or is it just like a flight of fancy? Are you really serious? Or is this just like a whim, right? So take a look at some of your obstacles. And I know some are like, quite heavy in your mind, right? Or big in your mind. But just take a look at them and see, like if this wasn't an obstacle, what would it be? Okay, if this wasn't an obstacle, what would change? If this was instead an opportunity for me to look at things differently, how would my life be? Okay, so just take a look at that for a moment for yourself. And just, don't think of it as that big, scary word, obstacle, okay? Because as soon as we hear obstacle, we're like stuck, we're frozen, we're like door shut, it's like nothing can happen, right? And so I want you to think of it instead of, it's a puzzle. And, there are many ways to solve a puzzle, right? So, excuse me. So I'm going to talk about some of the things that I do to shift the energy around obstacles, my own obstacles, right? And sometimes I am my own obstacle. So question, are you your own obstacle? And would you like to change that? Right? Because sometimes we don't realize that, our own thoughts, our own feelings, our emotions, our own mind is getting in our way. Okay. So I do have some notes of some stuff I definitely wanted to talk about for sure and handle. So I'm going to tell you some of the regular traditional ways, that I shift or bust through my obstacles, right? And I am a doer, right? I've said that many, many times. I'm a doer. So if all else fails and when an obstacle comes up, I'll be like, all right, what's the next step I can take? And I take a step. I just do something, You know, I do something. So I'm a doer. But sometimes before I get to that point, even I'll be like, all right, oh my goodness, this obstacle is coming up. Oh no, what am I going to do? I'm stuck. I'm lost. I'm this, I'm that, you know, it's like, and then I'll go to my husband. What can I do? I have this problem. I have this issue. Help. Right. Instead, you know, that was the old me, really. I don't really do that. But instead, what I do is I take a deep breath. And I talk about this on all my calls. So if you are a client already of mine, you know, take a deep breath, get out of your head, come back into your body, right? Be in your heart space the best you can. Or I might say something like, you know, ground into Mother Earth, or I'll say expand out, expand out, expand out, expand out, expand out to be as big as the universe, right? I'll say all those types of things. And I might even say something like, all right, you know, okay, there's obstacles. So sometimes obstacles are just clutter. So have you thought about decluttering? And decluttering is not just your physical space, your energy. You know, are you shifting your energy? Are you clearing your energy regularly? I mean, every day we have to do it, really, to be honest. Are you decluttering your mind, right? Some of the thoughts that you're thinking, are you clearing those out? Are you looking at them, right? So a lot of times when it comes to obstacles is that you have to get really present. You have to get present in the now and then see what's going on. Because if you're just in your head, if you're just thinking, if you're just worrying, you know, you're not really here. You're in the future or you're in the past. And you can't really clear an obstacle if you're not here, now, present. Okay? Sometimes clearing multiple times a day. Are you talking about clearing your energy multiple times a day, Lisa? Yeah, absolutely. Depending on what's going on in your life, sometimes you do have to clear a couple of times a day, right? And that's the thing, we forget, or we think that, okay, I just have to do something once and it's taken care of. No, it's not, because we're always changing, right? Our energy is always changing, right? We're picking up different things, you know, all the time. We're moving into different situations all the time. So we have to be vigilant of what is happening with our energy, okay, and maintaining it. So that means clearing it for sure, but it also means raising your vibration. So if you're feeling stuck, you're in a dense vibration, a lower vibration, right? So in order to change something, you have to be at a different vibration, higher normally, right? So you have to be at a different vibration in order to change it. In order to find the solution, you have to be at a different, higher vibration than at the energy where the problem is, where the obstacle is, right? Does that make sense? Lisa's going to be my my go-to person for answering my questions. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So, but, you know, sometimes, you know, we're all different and we need different things. Okay. So I know that some of you are going to be like, I don't know how to clear my energy. I don't know how to raise my vibration. I don't know how to maintain my energy. Right. And you can Google it. We've done a lot of this work already on many, many calls. Right. And you can go back and listen to calls, watch calls, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to go into any of the details of that. But I just want you to know that these are some of the things that you can do right away to start shifting it. And then after you shift your energy, raise your vibration, right? Then you're going to look at whatever the obstacle is in a different way. You already have a new perspective. As soon as you've raised your vibration, you have a new perspective. Okay? So then don't go back into the old. And then ask questions. All right, so what can I do with this? What else is possible here? You know? And you know, what is this obstacle? We're going to call it that for now. What is it trying to show me? What is it trying to, you know, what's the lesson here? I like to think of it, what's the blessing here? What's the opportunity here? Right? And what is possible here for me now? And then that doesn't mean start thinking and figuring out. It's like, let it go for a little while. Go do something different, right? Go take a walk. Go take a shower. Go watch something on YouTube that's funny, you know, raise your vibration, keep your vibration higher. And then, you know, if you can, be still a little bit so that you can receive the messages, receive the information from you. Okay. So this is something that I really want to get and I know that as I'm saying this, because I was thinking about this earlier, I know as I'm saying this, I'm going to press a lot of buttons, and some of you may not like me, and that's fine. But, you know, a lot of times, you know, we call on angels, guides, to help us when we have obstacles, right? Which is fine. You know, call on Ganesh, he's the remover of obstacles, right? Call on the goddess Durga, she's the remover of obstacles, right? Call on Archangel Michael to clear your energy field, cut cords, all that wonderful stuff. But what I want you to get, and this is really important, this is something I really want you to get, when you're calling on these beings of light, your guides, or anybody that you think is outside of you, are they really outside of you, or is that just an aspect of you that you're now tapping into? So for example, Ganesh, he's also very wise, right? So are you tapping into his wisdom? And wisdom is not the same as information and message, right? Wisdom is more at a deeper level, and it's a knowing, right? And are you tapping into his power, right? So that you can, push through, bust through those obstacles. So I want you to look at that, because this is about empowering you. Okay, this is not about disempowering you by calling on, you know, other beings of light to help you. They can absolutely help you, but just know that sometimes when you're calling on them, what are you really calling on? You, your power, aspects of you to assist you with, you know, shifting your energy, shifting your perspective on things, right? Changing the way that you see things. Okay, does that make sense? Or are you like saying, no, I want somebody to help me and take care of it because I can't do it anymore, I've tried? I mean, I have symbols of Ganesh all over the house. Okay, my house. I'm not in my house right now, but in my house. And so does that mean that, you know, what does that mean to you? Actually, what does that mean to you? That on my path, obstacles don't stay long, right? Because as I'm continuing looking at those images of Ganesh and the symbols of Ganesh, I'm like coming back into my power, saying, you know what, you're right. Those obstacles, they don't have a chance with me because I'm an infinite being. So what are they teaching me? Why is this in my path? Right? Like, what else is possible here? What other possibilities are available to me that I hadn't considered because I was focused on one thing? Okay? So yes, you know, I do believe in Ganesh. I do believe in Archangel Michael. I do believe in Saint Germain. I do believe in, you know, name somebody, Durga, you know, like any of the goddesses and so on. I do. But I also know that when I'm calling on them, invoking them, you know, asking for their assistance at a deeper level, I'm really calling on myself, and I'm getting out of my head. I'm being present in the now, right? And that alone, as soon as you're being present in the now, that brings more of your energy into the present moment and into whatever it is that you're doing. Okay? And so when you do that, then you have more available to you, right? That energy is not being used by the mind to like go back into the past, go into the future, worry, right? It's being used for creation, new creation, right? It's a creative energy. You are a creative force. And so now that energy is being used in a creative way to move you forward on your path. Does that make sense? You guys get that? Put this. All right, anybody else have any comments? Any comments or questions so far? I just want to, you know, I just want to double check. Okay, so let me just get my notes because there was some other stuff that I wanted to cover, as you know, the stuff that we all do, right? So if you've known me long enough, even, you know, a year, whatever, you'll know that one of my best tools to change my energy, and an obstacle is what? It's just a stuck energy, right? It's just energy that is stuck in your field that you're focusing on. Okay? whether it's in your mind or in your energy field, in your life, it's energy that is just stuck because you're focusing on it, right? And so one of my biggest tools for me is gratitude, right? As soon as, I'm grateful and I'm in that expansive state in my heart space, that energy has no more place, right? The energy of stuckness, that obstacle energy, it gets minimized, right? And I come back to who I truly am and what's really important to me. And, being grateful expands your heart space, brings you in the present, raises your vibration, okay? All those three things at once, and puts you in the frame of possibilities, right? Different possibilities, unlimited possibilities. And in that state of creation, then if you ask, okay, so what do I do with this? Right? Ask questions about it, right? And really, pay attention to what words you're using, right? And the energy of the words, and change them instead of never, always, but, I don't know, anything else that's disempowering. I didn't make a list today because it's like we all know what they are because we know how they make us feel, right? And again, this is about getting out of your head and back into your heart. Always out of your head into your heart. That automatically brings you into the present. And like I said, a lot of times if I'm feeling stuck, I will go do something different. I'll go for a walk. I will go for a drive. I'll go play with my puppy, right? I will do something different to shift the energy. I will take a shower, shower energy, huge. I have aura sprays. I'll spray myself like liberally, just to change that energy, right? A lot of times it's just enough to just be present and ground into Mother Earth and ask for her support. Can you please help me? And at the same time, what are you doing? You're also like, when you're asking for support, part of that is about you realizing you're not alone in this. You don't have to handle it all by yourself, right? So asking for support is awesome from the perspective of co-creating, right? Not from I'm weak, not vulnerable sounds the right word, but I'm weak, I'm not good enough, I need somebody else to take care of me. No, you are quite capable of busting through your obstacles, of creating the life that you truly desire. You are capable of that, right? Because you're a magnificent creator. You've created this whole life right now that you have in front of you, that you're living. And so if you can create this, you can create something else. And that's what we always forget, that we created this so we can create something different. And then we have to start, right? We have to start by saying, okay, what do I want? Right? And so if there's some obstacle in your way, saying, all right, yeah, I don't really want that. It doesn't work for me. So what does work for me? Ask a question like that. What does work for me? That, whatever that is. All right, so what would it take for me to have that? What action can I take next? What energy do I need to be or do different to have that, right? To take that action. What energy do I need to be or do different? It's because, again, it's all about energy, right? We're all energy. And so, anybody have any questions about that so far? Me too, Lisa says, oh, I didn't notice when you said that. So yeah, by the way, if you have questions, you can raise your hand, or you can type in the chat, or if you're feeling brave, you can just unmute yourself. Okay. And if not, I will continue because I have more stuff. So it might be overlapping a little bit. But, a lot of times, as soon as you hear the word obstacle, you think you're stuck. You can't change it. No, that's not true. I've had many obstacles that just recently I had an obstacle in my business. And it's like the first reaction was, oh no, what do I do? Right? And the second reaction was, all right, let's see what else is possible here. Right? And then I was able to create something totally different. And it all worked out and it's running more smoothly. Everything is better. So it's like, awesome. I didn't even know that was possible until I was faced with that obstacle. And then I had to ask questions like, all right, what else is possible? And then doing some research and so on, right? So it was a matter of not realizing that something else was possible for me. I didn't even know that something else was possible, and it was. And it's like, awesome, right? So sometimes obstacles can be a teaching tool, right? Can teach you of different possibilities that are out there. And remember, it's an infinite universe, right? Anything is possible. I read something somewhere recently. Anything is possible and nothing is impossible. Oh yeah, I watched the movie Mary Poppins Returns on the plane, and in there they said, maybe she said, everything is possible and nothing is impossible. So if you have that energy of, okay, everything is possible and nothing is impossible, all right, so what truly is possible here? What can I do? What can I be? What is the next action step? Okay. Because like I said, I'm all about doing. Let's see, 1 second here. All right, so I already asked you about, like I said, a lot of time the obstacles are there for us to learn something, to teach us something, or to show us that something else is possible, right? And that's what I just said about my obstacle in my business, which could have been like really bad and not the end of my business, but like, so, whatever the roadblock is, you have to ask yourself, what do you need to learn about this? And is there a way to overcome it, right? And there always is a way to overcome something. But is there something there that needs to be cleared out, right? Is there some wisdom that you need to gain from this, right? And then, of course, there's always clearing, right? Energy clearing, healing, right? And a lot of times it can just be an old belief that needs to be cleared out so that you have more space there, okay? And always, always look for the good, right? Because it's, a lot of times we get frustrated, right? When there's some sort of obstacle, when there's something stops us in our tracks, right? And then we tend to focus on the negatives, like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. Oh my God, I'm going to fail. Oh my God, right? But sometimes, sometimes it can be a little bit of a setback, but you might learn something truly about yourself, about other people, if you focus on the positive, okay? So don't get into a tailspin, right? So for example, I learned some new tools for my business because of the obstacle that I faced, right? So now I know that that's possible, right? So it's like, okay, cool. And I didn't know I could do that. So it's like, all right, awesome. So in case I ever need that again, I have something to implement, right? And always, always, always focus on the solution, where you want to be, right? Where you want to go, where are you going? Instead of, oh my God, I'm stuck. Oh my God, I can't move forward. Sure you can. There's always a way. Because every problem or obstacle has a solution. And you're going to get more traction, I guess, for your efforts if you focus on the solution. Always focus on the solution of the energy, too, of what you want to be, of where you want to be, what you want to achieve, right? Yeah, all right. And, a lot of times it's about, like I said, asking for support. And not just from the support from our friends, our guides, or beings of light, but other people. They may know something that can help you. And when we are ready to reach out, it really shows that we're willing to be supported. And then the universe supports us even more when it sees that we're willing to ask for support, right? And that can be huge. And always, like I said, always, like, I'm a doer, so focus on action. So a roadblock, an obstacle is not a dead end. It can just be a detour, right? Or what did I say? I said something in one of my calls earlier. It's like, it might be a step to the left, or it might be a step to the right, or it might be one little baby step to the back, and then, like 5 steps forward, okay? So it's not always the end of the world. So Lisa says, I feel my obstacles have definitely been placed to teach and guide me to what is possible in new ways, and shifting from the inside to the outside. But shifting from the inside to the outside, what does that mean for shifting from the inside to the outside? I'll let her answer in a second. Hold on one second. Where was I? Oh yeah. So, oh goodness, taking action. And a lot of times, we're afraid, right? We're afraid to take action. We're afraid to make a mistake. We're afraid to do anything, right? But the thing is, and this is what I do, feel the fear and do it anyways. Okay, feel the fear and do it anyways. Shifting from the inside to the outside, from within myself to what I see outside myself. Okay, we'll go with that. Bianca says, every door that closes opens another opportunity. Yeah, sometimes when a door closes, a window opens, right? So there's, excuse me, absolutely. So that's why I'm saying it's like, think outside the box, right? Think differently. Ask for new perspectives or look at different perspectives at the same thing, but different ways of seeing. I was talking to a client just the other day, last week, I guess it was, because today's Tuesday. And, she was looking at, financing and getting a loan, right? And I was talking to her about, well, yeah, that's one way to go for sure. But you can also get sponsors and partners and, venture capitalists who are willing to invest. So it's not always about just a loan. There's other ways to access finances or funds, right? So Bianca says, I was talking with a friend and realized that the fear is a way to limit myself when I fear my power. Yeah, absolutely. And, fear is just an old pattern, an old paradigm, which is not really valid anymore here because, fear was about, are you going to get killed? Oh, goodness. Scared me. The sound on my computer is really loud and it scared me. I got a reminder thing and it scared the heck out of me. Okay. Anyways, well, I was talking about fear. Fear of being killed. I'm not talking about fear of just a loud noise, but a fear of being killed. It's an old pattern, belief system that we have, right? And it's instinctive, right? But now, like, no matter what you do, Bianca especially, right? No matter what you do, you're never going to be in a situation where you're going to be killed by an animal or killed by a hunter or being or like anything like that, right?
Very unlikely.
Very.
Camping. And even then,
you're
not that aggressive.
No, exactly. So that fear thing is not valid anymore. It's just an old pattern. You can just say, you know what, nothing bad is going to happen. Like, sure. And I always say, okay, what's the worst thing that could happen here? What's the worst thing that could happen? You're not going to die. So what's the worst thing that could happen?
The worst case scenario, yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I limit myself by that worst case scenario. But that's okay. I think I can do it anyway.
I always say, and I've said this, in our calls, I say, for me, my worst case scenario, if something happens, because it's always just about business. I have nothing else going on, right? So it's like, if my business fails, I'm not going to end up on the street because I can always come here. My mom will take care of me. She'll cook and clean like she's been doing today, right? So that's the worst that would happen.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. It's not the end of the world. And then you just pick yourself up and say, okay, now what? And for me, that's what it comes down to. Okay, now what? Okay, what's next? Okay.
And I think it's a lot of that is the fear of the opposite. It's the fear of, okay, what if it works? What if I do more? Then what? And then.
Yeah, and so if in that, to what if it works? What if I'm really busy? What if I no longer have time for my family? What if I no longer have time for me? Right?
And you learn and you handle it, right?
You learn and you handle it. You hire, if you get busy, that you hire people to take over some of the workload, right? Yeah. You manage your time better. You get new tools for productivity. You involve the kids and your husband in your business in small ways.
Yeah.
Right. So that they're also a part of it. And so then you're doing this together. So you're not feeling like you're always working and you're not doing anything with them, include them. You know, like what is this thing that we have to exclude our family from everything we do?
No, it's true. We tend to do that. We tend to put everything in boxes, but it doesn't work that way.
No, and maybe they would be happy to and excited to be partners with you and saying, oh my God, look what we're all doing together. Look what we're all creating together, you know?
Yeah, and I'm telling myself at worst, it can be just an example of look at what mom's doing. If she can do this, I can do this.
Exactly. And this is what you're modeling for your, not just your children, but your clients, your family, your friends, right? You're modeling for them. And so if you know, no, I'm not talking about you specifically, I'm not anybody, right? If you suddenly say, no, it's too much, I can't do it. Well, what are your kids going to think? That life is too much, they can't do it, and they're going to stop themselves.
Yeah.
Right. So instead, it's like, okay, right now it feels like a lot. You know, I need to take a break, take a breather, and really think about this, and then come back to your heart space again. Right? Take a deep breath, come back to your heart space. Okay, what is really important for me? What do I really want? Do I really want this? Yes or no? Not with the limitations, but if there were no limitations, do I really want this? How does it feel? Right? Yes. Okay, so what can I do different now? How can I be different? What energy, space, and consciousness can I be or do different to change this?
And yeah, and what can I visualize to make this, that would make this work better for me?
And when you're visualizing, it's not even asking about what can I visualize. It really does come from your feeling. As soon as you start feeling into it, you're going to start seeing what it is that you truly want. And so this is about getting out of your head, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of times we want to figure it out. And when it really comes down to the magic of what life really is, it's not figure outable. I know that it's not figure outable. It's more of a being, right? And embodying that energy of, you know, that amazing life, right? And so there are times when I work like 16, 18 hours a day, you know, I get that, but I enjoy it. And then there's a time when I might only work 2 hours a day, right? And finding that balance, right? And I still have time for my family, my friends, my puppy, my husband, right? And myself, right? And so if you're constantly, you know, working with obstacles, where is that inner peace that Lisa's talking about, right? You need to have that inner peace. You need to fill yourself up so that you can have the energy to have those new perspectives, to have those new awarenesses so that you can continue to move forward, right?
Yeah, and it's got to do more with integration for me. It's like doing 16 hours a day of, you know, channeling or something like that. It's not that exhaustive. It's fun of, you know, writing text and things like that. Once I get started, I want to do it. It's not the same.
Exactly. And, you know, sure. I mean, it is a balancing act when you have young children, you know, or a husband who doesn't really get what you're doing, right?
He sort of does. He's pretty good.
I'm talking about mine too. Like my husband doesn't always get what I'm doing either, right? And so he has said to me so many times, like, I work during the day, you work all night, you know. It's like, that's how it is. You know, my clients are all in Canada and the US, so I have to do that. But when there's time, then we'll go do something, right? And so, but then I show him by how excited I am, how much fun I'm having, right? And when he sees that, then it's like, okay, because he just wants me to be happy, right? And if he sees I'm being happy, right, then it's like, all right, fine. Okay, all right, if you're happy, then fine, right? And then we'll do something on the weekend when, you know, I'm not busy, right? But he knows that this is my life. You know, my life is everything that I do, you know? And so it's not about compartmentalizing, but recognizing that every piece of your life is you, is an expression of you, right? And so if there's some area that you're stuck in, there's some obstacle there, look at, you know, sometimes it helps to look at some other area just to boost yourself up a little bit and say, okay, I'm boosted up, I have more energy, I'm feeling more alive. All right, let me see how I can do this now with this obstacle thing. Maybe there's something here that I'm missing. And come from that space of, okay, maybe there's something here that I'm missing, you know, because then you're looking for that, a new possibility, a new perspective, right?
Yeah, kind of the what else is possible here and things like that, and makes you look at I don't have to do it all.
And come from an expansive space, right? So always be in your heart space and keep it open and expanded so that you can receive different awarenesses, different ways of doing things, different ways of being. Because like I said, those obstacles are just there to make you come back to your heart space, make you come back to present now, instead of worry, whatever, but it's like
Go
come
around
back
in
to
that
present.
spinning cycle, I call it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so if you just think of it that way, that, okay, this is just telling me I'm not in alignment with me. I'm not in my power. I'm not in my core. I'm not going to do the call that we just did a little while ago, but I'm not there. So it's like, all right, let me get back here. Right. And then you'll start to see the energy of that obstacle start to minimize, lessen, change. And then you can look at it and say, okay, so what else is possible? What can I do here? And always, I always say, and then do something.
Yeah.
Do something different.
Exactly.
Don't talk about it. Just do something, And yeah, there's no guarantees. Yeah, we don't know if everything is going to work. But if you try to do something different, it's going to shift the energy automatically. Something's going to change.
Yeah, you learn by doing, because sometimes I find the obstacles are just maybe a technical thing or something I didn't know and I wasn't doing exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just shifting, like by doing it, I learn new tricks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I learn new stuff all the time because of certain problems that come up. It's like, oh, okay, cool. But now I know better. I know I have more tools at my disposal. So how lucky am I? I now have more tools at my disposal. Right? So it becomes a blessing.
Yeah, it increase your capacity.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm just going to see what else that I had there in my notes that I wanted to make sure I got to. Where's my thing? Hold on. And we're going to do a process in just a second. Yeah, so I was talking about, even if you have fears, do it anyways, right? And then, this is the, this might be the glue that keeps it all together, but always remember, this is your life. This is about you, right? And so what do you want? And that you are, in essence, responsible. You've created this life, so now you can create something different. And that, if something is not working, take full responsibility. Say, you know what? All right, somehow I created that. Doesn't matter how, doesn't matter when, but all right, so now let me create something different. I'm in control. I have the power. But come not from your head in that ego way, but from like, okay, cool. Let me do something. What else can I do here? How else can I be? So all those tools or all those tips and techniques about raising your vibration, clearing your energy, and so on, call in Archangel Michael to clear or cut your cords, and call on Saint Germain and the Violet Flame to clear your energy field of any negativity that may be there, right? Call on Ganesh to give you that power and wisdom to bust through those blocks. So, to clear your path, right? And so he does help with that, okay? But not, he does help with that if you allow, right? But if you want it to be in a certain way, it has to look like this and it has to look like that, then you're kind of taking away his power there, right? So allow and know that if you are calling on him sincerely from your heart, not from your mind, not from your fears, not from lack and scarcity, but from a knowing that when you call on him, he will be there and he will remove those obstacles and clear your path, then it will happen, okay? So this comes down to knowing, again, knowing, feeling, believing. And so it's not about thinking, right? And that knowing, when you know that those obstacles are being removed, you have freedom. Then you're free to take action, right? Right? So it's that inner knowing that, yes, as soon as I have said, I have declared, and I've asked for those obstacles to be removed, they're going to be removed. So that energy is gone, the obstacle energy. Now it's up to you how you want to move forward. So then it's up, then you can either go back into the story and not believe, not have faith, right? Or you can say, all right, cool. So now that the obstacles are gone, What can I be or do different? Because you still have to be or do different. You cannot stay in the same place. You cannot continue to do what you've always done. Because what's going to happen? You're going to get the same result as before. So even when you ask for Ganesh or somebody else to remove your obstacles, you still have to be and do something different. To what? To keep the momentum going, to keep yourself moving forward. Okay? Yeah, all right. So that was a lot of talk. So let's do an energy process, because we love energy processes here. And what are we gonna do? Let me see if are we gonna work with Ganesh? Probably. We're probably gonna work with, you know, a lot of them. And then once, okay, so really quickly though, when you do then take action, and when you do move forward, acknowledge that you've busted through that obstacle and you're moving forward. Acknowledge that you have the power to do that. Acknowledge that you did it. You say, I did it. I created something different. I changed my reality, right? So you also have to acknowledge when that happens. You can't just ignore it. You have to acknowledge it, so that again and again and again, things like that can happen, and you will know that it's in your power to be that creative force, that creative energy, and that, yeah, you can do anything, and that everything is possible and nothing is impossible. Okay? Okay, so let's do an energy process. Take a deep breath, everyone. Focus on your heart space the best you can. If you like, you can always put your hand on your chest, okay? Breathe in through your nose to count to 4. Breathe out to count to 4. One more time, breathe in. And out. And again, breathe in. And out. So we're just going to do a quick process, a modified process of something that I would normally do in one of my other calls. We're just going to ground into Mother Earth, and we're going to connect into Father Sun. Just imagine that there are golden roots coming out of the bottom of your feet, going deep into the ground. Down, down, down. Open up your feet chakras, open up your hand chakras, open up your heart chakra. Just by saying it and saying yes, they open, okay? So just imagine those golden roots going down, all the way down to the heart chakra of Mother Earth. As you tap in, as you connect in, take a deep breath. And just offer your gratitude and thanks to Mother Earth and her team. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And be open to receiving the energies, frequencies, and vibrations of unconditional love, blessings, gratitude, compassion, and forgiveness. Support, strength, and vitality. Healing and wisdom. Nurturing and nourishment and resources. Resources, right? Different possibilities. Every possibility. Abundance and prosperity, and whatever else you require today. Okay, so take a deep breath and continue to receive for the rest of the day. Now let's connect into Father Sun, the great central sun. So just imagine you're standing with your hands reaching for the sky, and your hands are like golden branches of a tree, reaching higher and higher. higher and higher, higher, higher still. And as you connect in to the heart chakra of the great central sun, again, offer your gratitude and thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And be open to receiving unconditional love, blessings, gratitude, grace, compassion, forgiveness, peace, bliss, and oneness, joy and happiness, connection and support, knowing and wisdom, acceptance, allowance, receiving, faith and trust, clarity and ease, abundance and prosperity, and whatever else you require can continue to receive for the rest of the day. And so already now you've raised your vibration. You're different than you were before you came on this call. Okay. Come back to your heart space. Expand out. Expand out to be as big as the room that you're in, the city, state or province, country, continent, as big as this planet and beyond. Okay, so now come back to your heart space and bring to mind, you know, one obstacle that you have going on in your life right now. But stay in your heart space. So if you need to, you can put your hand on your chest to make sure that you stay in your heart space. And you're already expanded. You've already raised your vibration. So now that energy of that obstacle is going to be less than it was before we got on this call. Just breathe into it. Breathe into it, and I want you to expand the energy of that obstacle. Expand it. I wish I could think of one right now for myself. Okay, so just expand that obstacle. And so as you expand the energy of that obstacle, what happens to it? It becomes lighter and lighter. It's not the same. It's already changed now. Okay, so stay in your heart space. And now ask, okay, what can I be or do different now to change this? What's the lesson in this? What's the wisdom in this? What's the teaching and blessing in this? What else is possible here? Okay, so we're going to invite Ganesh in because he is known as the remover of obstacles, right? So his energy is going to come in. Whatever that obstacle is, and he has this it's like this little axe, you know, that he is his weapon or tool. And so he takes that axe and he just throws it at that obstacle, and that obstacle bursts into a million pieces. And as you now look at that obstacle, it's gone, right? It's gone. And as you look at your path moving forward, it's like he's blowing light and energy down your path. So even those little pieces and particles of that obstacle, he's just blowing them out of the way. All right, so now you see your path, take a step. See yourself on this path to your dream life, your amazing life. That obstacle is gone. out of your way, take a step. And feel how that feels when you take a step. And take another step. And feel in your body and being, in your heart, how that feels. Do you feel free? Do you feel lighter? And take another step. Can you breathe better now? Can you breathe more fully? Stay in your heart space. And you might now imagine or visualize or see your path a little bit more clearly or differently than it was before. So me and my team from Ninth Dimension and beyond are going to just come in and bring in some more healing energies to clear that path some more. So it's not just clear, but infuse it with energies of choice and possibility. And unconditional love and blessings. So as you move forward, as you take a step, you have more clarity, you have more ease, you have more confidence in the next step. So this is for everybody who is here now and who will watch or listen later. Awesome. Take a deep breath. Stay in your heart space the best you can. Okay, now I just want you to bring your energy, intention, focus all the way down to the heart chakra of Mother Earth. Because we want to bring this new energy down fully here so you can embody this new energy of possibility, new perspective, new awarenesses, new power, this confidence, this clarity, this ease with moving forward, with taking those steps, with creating your dream life, your amazing life. Okay, take a deep breath. And come back up to your heart space, be in your body, be in your seat, be in your room. Wiggle your toes and fingers and open your eyes when you're ready. All right, how's everybody doing? That was a very short process, I know. We do, it was a modified process of what we normally do in our calls and what we will be doing in the 12-week program. Lisa, how are you doing? How's Bianca?
I'm good. I'm good. It was a nice visit. I lost you for quite a while.
You lost me?
No, well, I could hear you in the background, but I was totally gone doing something else. I had a good visualization. It was nice, and it was funny because I think you talked about letting go or something. Anyways, I was seeing like people and animals and things like that, and I was seeing making away. Anyways, I'm still processing, but the energy was great.
Awesome, good, thank you. So it was definitely different than when you first got on the call. Yeah, awesome, good. And so, you know, Lisa says it was awesome and powerful. I felt like something burst in right side of my chest where there was a murky color. They were brighter. Awesome. So, you know, this was about shifting your energy, right? Shifting the energy of that so-called obstacle, right? giving you and like empowering you with new energy so that you can move forward on your path, and even seeing your path a little bit more clearly, right? Having the confidence to take that step and take the next step and take the next step, knowing that the obstacle that you had when we first started was no longer there, right? Because Ganesh came in and did his thing. Did his thing in a weird way. We've never done that on one of our other calls either, to be honest. So that was different. And so knowing now that, whatever obstacle you had is now gone, and now you're free to take a step, to take a chance. And life is about that. It's about taking chances, right? But from your heart space, so always it's about being in the present moment, being in your heart space, expanding out and asking, okay, what do I want? Right? And when you're asking from your heart space what you want, it's going to be a different answer than when you're asking from your head. Okay? So always remember that. Always come back to your heart space. Always raise your vibration before you make a decision or a choice, right? So that you're in alignment with you and what you truly want and desire. Okay? Does anybody have any questions about that? Hello? And so some of you might, some of you also might have felt like heat, coolness. You might have felt something when Ganesh was throwing his little axe thing at the obstacle, You might have felt differently too when he was blowing new energy onto your path so that you could move forward, clearing it out, right? Or when my team was bringing in new energies to empower you. A lot of times you do, in these calls anyways, you do tend to see different colors or feel, I'm like sweating now, so it's like, all right, cool, as the energy is shifting, right? As the energy is shifting, for me, I tend to sweat now lately, get so hot. And knowing that, okay, for me, that's a sign. So what is the sign for you when you know that energy is moving, energy is shifting? And when you see that or feel that or know that, perceive that in whatever way, then take a different action than you would have normally, right? Do something different. Awesome. So I would love for, you guys to join me in the next program where we're talking about, your dream life, creating your dream life, your amazing life in 12 weeks. The information is all there on the special offer button. You can take a look at it. I've talked about it. I've sent lots of emails. So it's I don't need to go over it again, but I'm excited about it because I know that as people are signing up, as people are joining, their lives are starting to change, and they will continue to change as they go through the process, go through the program, because you're now doing something different, and your energy is going to be different during each of the calls. Even today, now your energy is different, right? So the possibilities, right, are like infinite. Today seems like I'm feeling where it is being held in my body as well as color. Awesome. So wherever it's being held in your body, let it go. Right? Let it go. Hi. Hello. Awesome. Good. And don't hold on to it. And then, when you are letting something go out of your body, and we talked about this on the other call, but see if you can do a sea salt bath or a sea salt scrub. Definitely use sea salt. And as well, go walk in nature, okay? To fully release it. Oh, she was too shy to speak. Yes, I understand that. Maybe she can come with you to Toronto to visit me. She's like, what? All right, so if anybody has any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Email me, go check out the 12-week program. It starts next week, yay, at alara.at/BVY, best version of you, right? And is it time for you now, right? And if not now, when? And yes, it is possible for you too to live your amazing life, whatever that looks like, your dream life, or a dream life, whatever that looks like for you. Okay, it is possible, and we can start next week. And so, you know, and that's the thing, is that you can start at any time. You can start right this minute, right now. Start creating your dream life, because you are the creator of your reality. You are the creator of your life, and it's possible. Everything is possible, and nothing is impossible. Okay. Whether you work with me or somebody else, please do what works for you, right? Create that amazing life that you can, you know, share with us and say, guess what I did, right? I mean, the energy of guess what I did is so amazing, right? And look, I can do this and I can do that, and look what I created. I mean, honestly, if I can do it, you can do it. Nobody thought that I could ever do anything for some reason, but anyways, that's another story. But you know, if I can do it, so can you. Lisa says, I know it's going to be great. I'm excited about the class. Me too. It is going to be great. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you. And and Bianca too. I still have some openings available in my calendar if you'd like to have a chat with me. So that is, all that information is on that webpage, alara.at/BBY. And even those conversations, like, you know, it's fun. It's fun. We talk about your dream life and what that looks like, you know, and it's, you know, it's not, there's no pressure. You know, you don't have to, you know, just because you book a call with me does not mean you have to do the program at all. But it gets you started thinking about what you want to do, right? And how you would like to create your life and what that amazing life looks like for you. So, you know, it's fun for me to have these conversations. I love it. Hearing about all of your dreams and hearing about what's possible. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. I wanted to keep this call short, and we'll be back tomorrow with a guest, and the next day with a guest. Wednesday and Thursday of this week, we have guests coming up. So yay, I'm excited about that. So until next time, thank you so much, everyone. May you be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.